Well, here we are at the Japanese landscape garden area, 5,000 square meters. I'm going to show you around it in a minute. This is the plaque when you come and visit it, and I hope you do, because it's well worth it, that you will see. And I can tell you the design and the supervision of this Japanese garden area was from people, landscape contractors in Kyoto, the spiritual home of Japanese gardens, and the creation of this Japanese landscape garden was undertaken with the aims of contributing to Anglo-Japanese friendship and goodwill and enhancing cultural exchange. And it's been built using traditional Japanese skills as an expression of our gratitude and appreciation. We wish to commemorate in perpetuity the great many people and organisations in Japan and the UK who have given their support so generously. That is what it says there. And it opened on the 8th of October 1996, so considering this has been here for a best part of 175 years, Kew Gardens, in one form or another, it's a comparatively new addition, and I'm really pleased that it's here. Well, here we are at Kew Gardens in London, and this is part of the Japanese landscape section. It's actually a garden and garden areas that make up around about 5,000 square meters. And I'll just come back round and you can see the Zen Garden. As you'll know if you follow my websites and my latest project at makingajapanesegarden.com, you will know that I am particularly interested in Zen gardens. Not that I don't like Japanese gardens, but there is a stunning Japanese style Zen garden here at Kew Gardens. Now if you bear with me, I'm going to swing round for the pièce de la résistance here, which is the, excuse those two people in front of me, that is the Imperial Gate. It's wood carved, it's got copper tiling on the roof, and the carving is absolutely superb. So what I'll do is I will move around to the other side of the Zen Garden. We'll get a long shot of this and I'll show you more of the Zen Garden. Okay, well I've come away from the Imperial Gateway that we'll have a look at in just a moment, but this is a very typical Japanese Karansui Zen Garden. You can see the gravel there. It is in fact raked, although it looked as though it was done some time ago, because with wind and rain you lose the lines, but you probably can just make them out, I hope so. Lovely little island there with a rock, and that is a central island, and it's actually connected by 2 stone bridges. And beyond that there's another bit of the Zen Garden. You can actually walk round, and I'll try and do this slowly for you so you can try and take in everything. It's well worth a visit here at Kew Gardens in London if you come. I mean, there's so many different plants. Whatever you're into, obviously you're keen on gardening, you will find it here. And I'm coming round now to the front of the Zen Garden. Now, I always find it amazing that they have to put signs up for some people saying, warning, please do not walk on the gravel, which is a big relief, because anyone who went on here, it would be sacrilege. There you can see the rest of the Zen Garden. It is quite magnificent, and it's absolutely accurate to the sort of Zen gardens that you find all over the world, and particularly in Kyoto. Now I'm going to come up now, and there is the Imperial Gateway in all its glory. Isn't that beautiful? I just thought while I was at it I'd show you a few of these sort of lower level, almost dwarf plants that are being used in this garden. That is Rhododendron Mother's Day, and if you come around here we've got the Acorus gramineus, and then if you come around here we've got the Prunus, otherwise known as the Asano. And each of these bushes is beautifully trimmed. Probably slightly out of shape if I'm being really critical. You've got ferns in there as well, and it all sits beautifully in with trees that are pruned to stay small. But if you look at the back of the Zen Garden over there, you can see some lovely, fairly common, if I dare say so, to the UK hedging that has been shaped in balls and nice smooth shapes. And I don't know if you've had a look at my making a Zen Garden videos. If not, they're available for free for you to watch. You will notice that I have in my garden a very similar ball-shaped bush, and they really do look very, very nice, and they're easy to do. I'm kind of taking you on a circular trip of this Japanese style garden. I'm getting trees stuck in my head and what have you, but there we go. Look at that for a lantern. Isn't that marvellous? And it's great, this area, because we started with the Zen Garden, we've moved around to Japanese landscaping and lanterns, and here is a beautiful stone path. Obviously I'm not allowed to go onto the garden whatsoever, but you can see how they've laid it out. Absolutely beautiful. And this is quite simple for you to do at home. You've just got to make sure that you get the right type of robust stones, and more ferns there. There's even been a bit of bracken in here. This is a very, very common house plant. In fact, you can have them outdoors or indoors, and look how effective they look in a Japanese garden. Very little moss in this garden, but there you are, Fatsia japonica. You want to get some of that in your Japanese garden. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very hardy as well. And they've taken a great deal of effort, I think, to make this landscaping experience perfect for visitors, and they've even sat that rock on its own. So all care and attention is taken, and every bit of detail is absolutely accurate. And hats off to Kew Gardens and their Japanese landscape area. Finally, this is the last piece of the garden that I want to show you. We've moved away from the Zen Garden area over there, straight up through the trees. You can probably see the Imperial Gateway, so we're kind of on the side of it. But this is where there's some beautiful topiary that's gone on here. And this is a terrifically landscaped Japanese garden, the sort of thing that really gets my juices going, and I hope it does yours as well. We have Spirea, Thunbergi, we have Opophagon there, and you can see that it's all in the most superb health, because we've had a very, very wet summer and spring here. And so, like we always say, you must always plant shrubs that are suitable to your native climate, and here in Britain these are ones that are absolutely perfect. There is another small shrub, and you can use these in a Zen garden as well on the edge, no problem at all. And there are more spireas there as well, and there's a lovely fragrance coming off them too. But this is just a wonderful Japanese landscaped area. You have the Zen garden, then you have the traditional Japanese gardens. Unfortunately, there isn't a path going through it, so it's not a strolling garden. But here we are at the side of the Imperial Gateway, and I think you'll agree it's quite magnificent. And don't forget, you can follow everything you need to know about Japanese gardens and Zen gardens at makingajapanesegarden.com. Also, I'm on Twitter at JapanGDNinfo. So I hope you can follow me on there, and our Facebook page, facebook.com/JapaneseGardens.